Congratulations.
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 Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to right
smash
there.
like.
That right there is now our advertisement. I'm just cut out the like, comment, subscribe. It's just gonna be that.
Dab on that bell.
Dab on that bell.
Hi, welcome to HEETwave. This is some weird ass gaming podcast where we occasionally talk about video games.
And I sit in a chair that's lower than everyone so that we can maintain proportionality.
Because he's tall boy.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, that's Jairus Mitchell.
Hi, I'm Jairus Mitchell.
We also have Chris. It's the Hutch Hutcherson.
Hi, I am Chris. It's the Hutch Hutcherson.
And I'm also joined by the lovely Brittany Saturn.
Hey, I'm also Brittany Saturn.
As though there's another person that he might be referring to.
It's me. It's Brittany Saturn, guys. Hey.
I'm not a cop.
I'm not a cop. I'm one of you cool kids.
You're under arrest.
I'm here to hang out. That's all.
Yeah, let's...
What's a jazz cigarette?
wait till your topic. But yeah, and I think I said I'm Brian Belcher.
Probably. Let's hope that you did.
They know who you are.
It doesn't matter. I don't matter.
You're all over the internet. Everyone knows who you are.
Yeah, that's right. I use my real name everywhere too. Yeah, I'm that weird.
He's not a coward. He uses his real name.
I'm not a coward.
1v1 him.
Come fight me, bro.
Actually, please don't.
No, I'm
The
very...
internet's a scary place full of awful,
don't fight me.
Don't
humans.
invite the internet to fight you because they will.
They will.
Yeah, I don't
There'll
have
be
to
some dude who'll find our address and he'll be standing in our driveway like, yeah, I'm here to fight you.
He'll just like Naruto run up to your door and like ring the doorbell and then Naruto run away and
Perfect.
They just start flossing in the parking lot. I don't know.
They're very close, so I'm not gonna. Anyways,
Don't triangulate.
I'm not gonna triangulate. Well, you know what? Let's get right into it. Jairus, what's your first topic today?
Okay.
Did you know you were going first?
Yes.
Oh.
He always goes first.
I always go
I
first
don't know the
because
order.
I'm the most important, and also Brian wants to
okay.
get rid of my bullshit as quickly as possible.
Okay. Fine.
That one's true.
Good plan.
Oh shit! So I'm going to start by reading a press release.
Okay. Here we
Or
go.
rather, part of a press release. January 8th, and this appears on businesswire.com/news/home, and then a bunch of numbers.
Thank you.
January 8th, Synalytics Inc. has announced that Warner Brothers Picture International, WPI, has officially signed on to use their platform, a revolutionary new AI-driven project management system that was launched for the motion picture industry last year. WPI will leverage the power of Synalytics to inform decision-making around content and talent valuations to support release strategies. Under the new deal, Warner's, which is how they shortened Warner Brothers, will leverage the system's comprehensive data and predictive analysis to guide decision-making at the green light stage. The integrated online platform can assess the value of a star in any territory and how much a film is expected to make in theaters and through other ancillary streams.
Wow.
So, Warner Brothers is using a robotic system to figure out which movies they should make. So,
and using the robotic system to help them make decisions
about which movies to
make. And maybe like creative decisions like during the filmmaking process as well.
Probably.
Of like, oh, should this person be eating a sandwich or a taco or whatever? And the computer's like, oh, our statistics say that
they should eat a Hot Pocket.
Kids from ages from 18 to 26 love Hot Pockets, so eat a Hot Pocket.
Well, and that's the desired thing. That's what they're hoping for.
Yeah.
So we can see how it'll go really fucking wrong.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this. Honestly.
But, yeah. So like, what are you excited about?
So I already love, like, I've been watching a lot of fan fiction get written by computers.
Yeah.
And it is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so good. But the problem with it, and this might be a problem with movies, if this goes this route, they always end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
There's no satisfactory ending, ever. So does that mean all movies now are going to be cliffhangers?
Yeah, it's just
Well,
one continuous
that's
movie.
just like life, though.
So
Brian.
basically,
think about
life
it,
is a big
life is a
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
Because after we die,
I thought life was a highway.
we have no idea what happens after we die. It's just a cliffhanger. We're like, what? What
All right.
happened? What happened?
So
How did it end? Did that truck hit me? I guess it did, probably.
it did.
I just forgot the name of the director of Star Wars 7 and 9. What was his name?
Abrams.
Abrams. So basically, every movie is going to be directed by him and his stupid fucking mystery box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to set things up and not finish them off ever.
I had heard of this. Like, briefly on Twitter, someone mentioned it, and they were complaining about how there would be less passion in movies and projects because it's made by robots, essentially. But that could be the case. It could be bland and boring. However, I feel like
It could be total ape shit.
it could be total ape shit and amazing.
That
it
could be how
like,
Cats got made.
It could be like a goddamn fever dream.
Yes,
Which
yeah.
I am here for the fever dreams.
I am also here for fever dreams.
Well, that's also like with Cards Against Humanity when you play with Rando Calrissian rules, and you the
You should
Rando
explain
wins.
what that is, in
So
case
Rando
someone doesn't know.
Calrissian is if you play Cards Against Humanity, there's a fictional extra person playing, and you have to pull the cards for that fictional person.
and it's really just you like draw one and
Yeah, you
and
just
And you
draw a
just
random
throw it.
card.
Yeah.
And the cards are all mixed up, so you don't know whose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
so
pick the winner.
Sometimes the
And-
winner often is the random card.
Yeah. And it fits so perfectly, and you're like, how did this even happen? And
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's been instances where we played that game, and Rando has won.
Yeah.
And it's been sad, but also fun. So.
As long as it's funny, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, if robots start making content, that's really worrisome for me. For one thing, like in the Matrix, like story timeline,
Yeah.
like the robots take up all of the jobs that we don't want.
Yeah.
but we want to make stories.
Well,
we
that's-
want to create things.
well,
What if they start taking the jobs we want?
So that's part of like
The
the
robots took our jobs!
That's part of like the macro concern about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and automating jobs away is that robots can't do the jobs that we don't want.
Yeah.
Like they can't do janitorial stuff. They
Yeah.
can't like clean up poop.
Yeah.
Except for like Roombas and stuff. But
They can smear poop.
they can
but
smear
not
they
pick it
can
up.
smear dog shit all over your floor,
Yeah.
but they can't like do that. But they can do accounting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like there are concerns that the middle is going to fall out of the economy and
I think it's interesting because we've always considered like robots could probably do like some of those tedious like factory work and things like that, but we never thought robots, or at least I never thought robots would take up like any room in the creative field.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's a robot. Like, how is it gonna create something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're in the future now, boys.
we are. It is the year 2020.
So one tweet I saw that was interesting when I first heard about this, it stifles up and coming actors from potentially landing roles that you wouldn't expect them to. Like for example, Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if you heard of that dude.
Little known guy. He was on Ally McBeal. I think.
I think so. Yeah, but he had a rocky start with or time rather with drugs and jail time, and so
Drugs and jail time.
Oh,
man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So and
You were 5 at the time.
That's why I didn't know.
So Iron Man was basically his
Resurgence.
booster.
Yeah, it was his last
Resurgence,
chance. It was his last chance.
And Jon
His
Favreau just
redemption.
basically took a chance on him. Like,
Right.
if we're going by analytics, I mean, we're not going to get these chances.
That is true.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's-
think about it so much as the picking actors and stuff and giving them chances.
Well, like everything, not everything can be automated. We think everything can be automated, but there's those weird things that will happen. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I would love to see a computer do casting, though.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, just
so-
based on like images of like headshots and whatnot.
I think a lot of where we're at right now, it is very close to that, like between the Marvel movies and the Disney movies. Like Disney has systems that they put in place and they're like, this is how we do it. This is how many movies we're making. This
This will be successful.
this will be successful by our understanding because we have like a non-threatening white guy, and then we have enough diversity.
Yeah.
And there's nothing too controversial in it.
And they take the occasional chance, and by chance, I mean they're going to be successful. But like Black Panther, for example, was a surefire like success in the making.
Yeah.
But they got all of the accolades along with it because they did the one black movie.
Right.
So
Right.
Even though I mean rightfully so.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying it, but it was also like
it was a calculated risk so that they could look
even
cutting edge or
even if
how-
it failed, they had the accolades behind it.
Yeah,
you know?
look at how progressive we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even though Walt Disney was like super anti-Semitic and also like kind of pro-Nazi.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you that. Also, Song of the South. The world's terrible.
Also, some of the older Disney titles on Disney Plus come with warnings. Like Peter Pan is one example. If you look at Peter Pan on Disney Plus, it comes with a warning that, hey, this movie was made. We kept it in its entirety. This movie was made at a different time, and there is some very, very problematic and questionable things in it.
Yeah.
So,
A lot.
Basically, it's racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, super.
Peter Pan is way more racist than I remember it being.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad that they took that route rather than because historically they've done a lot of like locking things in the Disney vault and just making sure
Song
that
of South is not available on Disney Plus.
Right.
So.
You can find it on YouTube though.
Yeah, of
which
course.
is great.
I mean, you can find anything on the internet.
Just
but
about.
That's one thing that they have locked away and are like, let's pretend this didn't happen.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Yeah. Which is a shame. Like, there's a lot of things that are problematic that I still love. For example, the We Are Siamese song and Lady and the Tramp. It's a problematic song. It's a good song,
but
though.
it also burned into your head when you were like 4 years old.
because it rhymes.
Yeah. It's just like, it's like alliteration. I love alliteration.
Yeah.
I legitimately don't know if I've ever seen Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
But
never.
I that song conjures.
You know that song,
you know
though.
that song.
Right.
And then, like, in Song of the South, the main song from it, it's a banger.
I don't know the main song from
It's
it.
a
but
good song. It's a whistling song, and he just kills it, but it's racist as fuck.
Well, it's
It's a racist banger.
yeah.
It is.
A lot of Song of the South was based on like this set of rural Southern black folk things. Brer Rabbit.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's on one hand, it's kind of a shame that we don't like that's fallen out of the cultural gestalt.
Yeah.
But also, holy shit, Disney, what the fuck?
Yeah, holy. I mean, I'm glad that things are like, we can move on from things. Like, for example, like a lot of things that are now in the public space, we've made them better by renewing them.
Right.
Like Robin Hood, in my opinion, is actually a bad example of this because it's gotten worse.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were going with that.
Sorry, I just realized.
You really like the one with the Kingsman guy and Jamie Foxx?
You know, I love Kingsman, but no, never mind. That's a bad example. But
Superman. Shit, that one too. Fuck.
no, I've got one that's
Sonic.
I think Sherlock Holmes has gotten better.
Okay.
Sherlock Holmes has gotten better with time. It's way like the one with Robert Downey Jr. It's actually not only watchable, but it's actually
It's not just watchable.
Not only
says
watchable,
Brian
like,
Belcher.
it's
It made my brain give me the good chemicals.
Kind of my macro concern about this kind of thing, though, is that people like Jordan Peele won't get the shots.
Yeah.
People who are trying to make a thing, like John Wick wasn't expected to be profitable, but it was outstandingly profitable. And all three of them have been. But creating a world where something like that doesn't get a chance to exist, that sucks.
Well,
that being said, the studio systems currently suck a whole lot.
Yeah.
There's
and now there's one less of them thanks to Disney.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Maybe if Warner Brothers was like, okay, we're gonna allot like 1 or 2 movies to like weird fever dream robot movies, and the rest of the movies for the year will be made by people.
By humans.
By humans.
I think
So, like, I think as long as, like, it's not robots doing everything across the board forever, always, it will be fine. But I think there's room for both if the studio will allow it.
Yeah, I think that AI works really well as a supplemental tool for decisions.
Yeah.
It's not a replacement for creativity. So
and it may not be as extreme as we may think it is either. It may not be like they're going to push a button and be like, and the character's name is this, and then their favorite color
the character's
is this.
name is John Strongjaw, good husband.
It might be like more of a guidance where they look at the AI and they're like, okay, these are the choices it's spitting out. Which one do we like the most? Let's go with that one. Do we hate all of these? We're going to do something else completely. I don't fucking care.
Digital dart on the
and that's
basically
that's a reasonable dartboard. That's a reasonable way to do it. My concern would be that the robots start using this as a way to get pro-robo propaganda out there. And they're just making Terminators, but the Terminator's the good guy.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
I have another question for you to add onto this. Which movie directors out there are already robots posing as human beings?
Oh, J.J. Abrams.
J.J.
Abrams. He's obviously doing the mystery box already, so...
Yeah.
Did you like the ending of Lost? Did you watch Lost?
I never watched Lost.
I've never watched Lost, but I am aware that nobody likes the end of Lost.
I know the ending.
It's been so long since I've seen it, I don't remember
Which
it much.
brings up the writers for Game of Thrones. So...
I'll leave the room for that one.
Everything's fucking exhausting. Like, people ended a thing abruptly.
I get the abruption
it looks
of it,
like
but...
to me, all of these bad endings are more of like too many cooks, too many writers trying to go in so many different directions.
Absolutely.
And with that comes writers who are wanting to write their own story and be unique.
Also, there's no way to keep fans happy.
And writers who are trying to make fans happy and people doing it at the same
internet
time.
is a terrible thing, but that's also the end of our time. It's also we use our new timer.
Did you forget to use it?
Yeah, I forgot to use it. So we're gonna remember
Wow.
But we'll remember in our next topic in just a second.
Comedy.
You got the social medias, we got the social medias. You got the Facebooks, we got the Facebooks. You got the Twitters, we got the Tweeters. We got the Instagrams, we don't really use that one too much, but we're on there too. If there's something else, we probably got it. You can find them all in the description at the bottom.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're here with our second segment of our third episode.
That's right. And we're gonna explain it every time.
Yes.
That way you can keep up because we're having trouble.
Maybe some days you wake up and you don't know what day it is. That's me. So I'm here to help you.
Okay. Thank you.
So what are we talking about today, Brittany?
All right. So, is my timer running already?
Nope. Let's.
You almost forgot. Okay. My topic is, what is everyone's video game they're looking forward to in 2020? Okay. What video game do they want to play this year?
Obvious choice. March 20th, 2020, I'm getting Animal Crossing and Doom Ultimate? Eternal.
You son of a
Doom
bitch, you stole my answer.
Did he steal both of them?
No, not Doom, but
Ultimate Doom Eternal Online.
Definitely Animal Crossing.
Ultimate Doom Eternal Online.
Cyberpunk 2077.
What?
Yes.
That's not the year. Did we just skip forward to
Is that
2077?
coming out
Yes, we
in
did.
2020?
I believe it is.
So yeah, that's definitely.
They've done like a really
April?
good. They've done a really good like. It'll come out when it's done.
Yeah, good.
But
That's good.
I really like CD Projekt Red, and I've been excited about Cyberpunk 2077 since we started Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
They've been talking about that forever,
it was
right?
2012 when they did the first trailer, which looks nothing like the new trailers.
Yeah, I can't believe it was that long ago.
So I wanted to really enjoy The Witcher 3, but I don't like that setting. I'm not a fantasy setting person. It's hard for me to get into those.
I like it because it's weird Polish folklore.
But I'm excited to see what they do with a setting I do care about. So that aesthetic is going to be
just neon lasers.
Yeah, it looks good.
Right.
All of their previews have been amazing so far.
Yeah, I think it looks good. am very interested and curious to see how it is and willing to hate it.
Also, I found out.
I hope I don't.
They did change it to where you can make Keanu Reeves a love interest now.
Oh, good.
Good.
Even though
Interest
he's
is peaked now.
a electronic ghost?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's the future. You can make love to an electronic ghost
That's
if you
true.
want to.
I've seen Ghost
did
in the
that.
Shell.
They did that in.
You've seen Ghost.
I've seen Ghost and Ghost in the Shell. And if you mash them up together, you've got Ghost in the Shell.
Oh man! But is there any pottery making in it? Is
Probably
Patrick Swayze-
robo-pottery.
Robo-pottery, good.
It's just a digital image of a pot.
It's just modeling on Blender.
Everything's on holograms.
So, to piggyback off of you, I'm super looking forward to Animal Crossing. We did all the satanic rituals for like the past 2 years during the Nintendo press conferences to summon a new Animal Crossing game. This year they finally are bringing it out to us. We are counting down.
68 days.
I'm in so many Animal Crossing groups on Facebook, and we are counting it down.
So when it got announced, did you put like an orange in front of your Reggie Fils-Aimé shrine?
Yes, and a bell.
Good.
Very kind of you.
Yes, it just looks awesome.
And then he left and he said, I'm busy playing Animal Crossing on my new Nintendo 3DS. Sorry, I don't know if you're familiar with that meme, but
and before anybody asks this question, no, Brian and I will not be doing a year-long video blog or video playthrough of the new Animal Crossing.
Damn it!
we're going to do a single episode.
We're going to do a single episode just to like.
But it's going to be 4 hours long.
Yeah, it
Probably
might
will
be.
be.
I don't know, but it's a one-time thing. So
We're going to one-off. We're going to start one of our towns. And fun fact, I don't know if you know this, we're actually getting the game a couple days early.
I didn't know that. How did you manage that one?
We have a friend at Nintendo.
Whose dick are you sucking at Nintendo?
All of that.
Jeffrey's.
Jeffrey Nintendo.
Jeffrey
Nintendo.
They call him J. Tindy.
Yeah.
Jake Tindy. Is he super turned?
Super Nintendo.
Sega Genesis.
God damn it.
Never thought my life would end up like this.
But so, Animal Crossing, we've been waiting 7 years for a brand new Animal Crossing. They gave us a shitty, not even a good Mario Party game. They gave us some
Amiibo Festival?
Amiibo Festival is
didn't
such
like
a
Amiibo
trash
Festival.
game.
They gave you an awful mobile game. Or not awful.
It's not awful, but it's not.
I got bored after
exploitive.
like a week.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done with this.
Tom Nook isn't trying to steal your lunch, so like, how are you supposed to feel anything at that
They
point?
gave you a decorating game on the 3DS, right?
You like that
That
game.
was fun. But the same with like Amiibo Festival. There's so many times you can decorate a room before you're like, okay, well, I think I'm done with this game.
Sure.
For me, that number is 0. I like launch it and I'm like, no, I don't.
It's like, do you like moving furniture around? Do you like wallpaper?
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty fun. I do like the fact that it unlocks like different furniture and you can add lights and blinds and stuff. So my hope for the new Animal Crossing game is that they implement all of the things you can do with Happy Home Designer, like the extent of decorating a room, but in the actual Animal Crossing game.
Well, on top
Combine
of that,
it with New Leaf. I really want like everything.
Well, they showed some stuff where like now it's not just the house; you can decorate the outside too.
Yeah, you can
And you can
add
change. You're starting on a fresh. You're not going to a city that's established now.
Animal Simsing.
You are
are-
establishing your own city.
Yeah, you are making your own
Everything.
city.
What are you going to name your city?
I haven't decided
That's a
yet,
great
but I have
question.
been thinking about it. I don't know if we're gonna get the same number of characters that we do in every single game, or if there's gonna be more.
You start.
I like that is what your decision hedges on.
So I don't know if you get
Can we
more.
hear some previews?
How many letters? Oh, I don't
know
know.
you have
Probably,
lists.
Probably something cute. Like stuff I've done in the past has been like Moondrop was like one of my towns.
Our YouTube
Coral-
was
or no.
Mosswood.
Cocoa Cape was one, and I just planted a shit ton of coconut trees. It was Mosswood was our one for our online game. Sorry, going online.
She just dabbed for those
So
who
not-
are listening
I just
to
dabbed.
us,
Sorry, it
so
was like a
you
weird-
can shake your head. And
Yeah,
shake
you can
no.
only see like it's a profile dab too.
Sorry,
on,
if you are watching on YouTube, it was a profile dab, but
I'm glad that you didn't punch the microphone because that would have been a nightmare.
I almost did, probably.
Brian, what are you going to name your city? Like Dixylvania or something?
So we're probably going to use my account to do the the show version of it. So I'll probably just call it Mosswood. Just be like a new Mosswood.
Yeah.
New Mosswood.
Neo Tokyo 3 Mosswood.
Yes. Oh God, Neo. If there's room for it, I am going to call it Neo Mosswood.
That's beautiful.
But
Build it beautiful.
I'll be honest, the thing I'm probably the most excited about is what we're not going to expect from Nintendo. So this year we had Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah.
That was a real what the fuck, Nintendo, what are you doing?
I really want to play that.
It's really good.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's you know how they had Wii Fit?
Yeah.
Well, it's the fitness RPG that they came out with last year with a giant ring, and you have to fight villains by doing exercises.
Whoa.
And I played it. One of our coworkers at work has it.
Okay.
And I played it for a session, and I was sweating after like 10 minutes.
That's
it
interesting.
was
Speedrunning's going to be very difficult because you actually have to run.
Yeah, you do. You have to jog in place and a lot of other stuff.
Oh, I love that. Can we?
And I want to see what weird
somehow
Labo
do?
shit they do, or like for me, like I want to see. Let's make Nintendo weird again. I want to see
I
their
feel like
weird ass shit.
Nintendo's really good about making everyone feel like a kid.
Yeah. Exactly.
You just play with toys.
Well, and I legitimately want to get some of the Labo stuff because it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that. We'll make that one of our segments. It'll be like a really long segment. We'll just make Labo stuff.
Yeah.
Hutch, what about you? What game are you looking forward to?
Right now, I'd probably say Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Because I mean...
your game of the sequel to your game of the year
Yeah,
last year?
that one. Well, the thing is, like, I didn't really play much RE3, so I just want to, like, it'll get me back into that, that game. Experience it for the first time.
You should be watching.
I love it.
We're really bad about advertising.
Yeah, we're just dropping it. Well, every time we drop an advertisement, we just need to write a letter to that company and be like, you owe me money.
We can, let's just hold them
I can just
hostage.
send them invoices.
That worked. Someone did that to Google.
And they went to jail.
Yes.
Which I don't think is fair.
Guys, we literally talked about this in the last episode.
I know, but I just love it
funniest.
so much, and I feel like it's such an injustice that they went to jail. Like, if Google can't keep up with their accounting, that's their problem. I'm sorry, Hutch.
Yeah.
You can keep talking about Resident Evil 3.
That needed to be said.
I just had a sudden outburst.
It's called a leitmotif, Brian.
The passion,
We're
I
touching
can
back
feel
on
it.
the same things.
Just interrupting the shit out of Hutch.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen anything on this fucking game, but I really want to play Halo Infinite.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been a while for a good Halo game. And I really like 5.
Yeah.
I really want to watch you play it because I hate playing Halo games now. You bought me when you bought it was really sweet. My parents got me an Xbox one year, and Hutch bought me every single Halo game, and I played one of them.
Which one?
The first one, and I loved it. He got me Master Chief Collection and Halo 5. And then I watched someone else play Halo 5 because I love that franchise.
Yeah,
but I don't want to play it.
That's fair. Well, now I know what not to get you next year.
No, it's great. I like having it on my shelf.
Halo's one of those games that I think they've done such an interesting, understated job building the world.
Yes.
That anytime they do any weird shit, I get super excited for it. Mm-hmm. Like they did the Forward Unto Dawn film thing.
It was good.
And it was awesome. And they also did like this weird... Because like they have a history of doing like ARG and weird things. And they did one podcast that I can't remember the name of for Halo 5.
Yeah.
And I need to find that information and share it here.
It's funny that you mentioned Cyberpunk and Halo because I feel like Halo is a military-based Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And it's not like and there's a lot of like Cyberpunk stuff in other military things.
Yeah.
Like Starship Troopers, for example, and whatnot. But I feel like this is like if someone in the military wanted to turn the army into a cyberpunk story.
Gotcha.
It's got more, but it's more military aesthetic.
Yeah.
Than it is.
So
cyberpunk.
the only bit of Halo I've ever played has been like the
Blood Gulch.
I don't know what it's called.
That's exactly what she did.
I was gonna say it's like the battle royale thing where you run around this like little course. Yeah, I've only played Fortnite.
But I've got the Master Chief skin.
We played 16-player LAN on the original game.
Yeah.
And I was terrible at it because I had never played Halo before, and then all of these fucking dude bros are like, "Oh, you should get good, you stupid girl."
And they've got the giant original controllers, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, and I'm like, my hands, I can't. It doesn't fit.
Hey, even with my hands, I couldn't find the white and black buttons because they're all the way like behind here under your palm.
Oh my god, the original Xbox controller,
the Duke.
I loved it.
Yeah,
because it's one of the few controllers that I held, and I was like,
big fatty in my hands.
Oh yeah, I love a girthy controller.
Yeah.
Man, my only problem with it was like the position of like the diamond green color.
Yeah, it was skewed. It was skewed.
Yeah,
I agree.
Actually, now I think about it, so the white and black on that one were like, I guess up top.
Yeah,
on the smaller one they were like down.
Yeah, it's like weird to
your
start and select.
Yeah, it's weird. Now all controllers look the same, and only Nintendo will give us weird bullshit like the N64 controller.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the N64 controller.
Did you hold it weird?
No.
Have you ever seen a person hold the N64 controller by the two middle bits and then reach down with their thumbs
I have.
to move it?
Yeah. It's weird.
My sister used to do that, and it filled me with so much rage.
My brother held it funny. He was here a couple months ago playing Majora's Mask for the first time, which is hilarious to watch. So my brother is 14 years old. He was born in 2005, so... He has never played the N64, but he knows about, the
He plays some Zelda.
He's seen some memes.
Yeah, he's seen some memes, so he was like, let's play some Majora's Mask. First of all, that game is super, like... It's hard.
Unforgiving.
Yeah, it's super hard. I love that game, and it's super hard for me. And I was just he was having trouble, like, getting Link to run. Like, he was having, like, a weird issue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to really, like, push on the joystick hard to, like... Because, like, he was, like, barely, like... tapping the joystick, and like Link was just like doing this like really weird slow walk thing, and he's like he couldn't make any jumps that way. And I looked at his hands, and he was holding it in such a weird fucking way. I took a picture and put it on my Twitter, but that was like
Just
forever ago. Yeah, I shamed him. I was like,
that
look
picture
at
is
this.
down here.
Yeah.
I was like, look at how this asshole is holding this controller. But
good. I'm glad that
speaking
happened.
of Twitter, I retweeted this guy who was like, people hate the N64 controller, and it's like, this is me, and he's using the N64 like where the rumble pad goes. He's using it to crack open a beer. And it's amazing.
Wonderful.
So
we should model.
So can we start a business where we mod N64 controllers into bottle openers?
TM. Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited about Halo Infinite too. I think I want to see Master Chief come back.
My boy Master Chief.
And I want to see him. I want to see what happens with. Oh, we got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds? Oh god.
Oh, no, that was
Cyberpunk 2077.
Animal Crossing.
420. Right. It just turned to 420. I was like,
oh yeah, that's the time.
It's dab time.
Now let's leave that facing us so we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think they'll be able to see it.
No,
there.
probably not.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Bye.
Want to see us perform live? Use that big brand of yours and follow us on Twitch. We do things live there sometimes.
oh god. Hi, welcome back. I'm Hutch. We are going to talk about Star Wars.
well, here we go.
Star
Again.
Wars.
Star Wars.
Oh, this is the thing that everyone talks about on the internet and no one gets mad about.
That's right. But we're gonna be cool.
So
little
we're
fonzies.
dipping our toe in the whole
Oh yeah, set the timer.
controversial content. Well,
Yep. Yep. So let's just say, what did you guys think? Like it or no?
Of
So
the
we're
new
talking
movie,
about
right?
the new movie.
Yeah. New movie. Rise of Skywalker.
So spoilers for this episode if you haven't seen the new one.
Spoilers. We're gonna fucking talk about this shit.
Skip ahead if you haven't seen it yet.
Or skip the episode.
So I have complicated feelings about the movie. So when I walked out of the movie, I liked it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was It was better than I expected, and I came in with very low expectations. Because I did like The Last Jedi. And at first, I didn't have strong feelings about liking The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But everyone either hated it or loved it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was good.
It was fine.
I liked, and but all the arguments against it I thought were stupid. And I don't think there's any great argument for it either. I think that was a good movie.
Yeah, that was like
the only thing I was like happy about was the fact that Rey was no one. Mm-hmm. And that at the end anybody could be a Jedi, and that was
I thought that was the entire point of that movie.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is
democratizing the Force.
Yeah.
And I was prepared for all that to get fucked up in the new movie.
It did.
It did. It all got fucked up.
Did.
I expected that.
Yeah.
So I came in, I was like, okay, I know what I'm getting here.
Right.
Let's enjoy what I'm getting at least. I left the movie, and I was like, all right, that was good. But the more I've thought about it, the more and more I hate that fucking movie.
What a twist.
So, like, at first, like, Brittany came out. You go ahead and tell me.
So
you go ahead and say what's your part.
I hated the movie in the middle of the movie. Which was very weird for me. Like, it kind of, like, dumbfounded me because I thought all of the Star Wars movies were good. Like, I was just like, yeah, I like all the Star Wars movies. I'm pretty easy to please, like, when it comes to Star Wars movies. I like The Last Jedi. I'm like, Brian, I didn't think
You
it
just
was...
want to see laser swords.
Yeah,
and
I didn't think it was, like,
Wookiees yelling.
super fantastic, but I didn't think it was as terrible as everyone was making it out to be. Sure, it had some flaws, but, like, whatever. Every movie has some flaws.
Right.
But in the middle of this movie, I was, like, checking my watch.
Yeah.
I was squirming in my chair. Like, I was ready to stand up and, like, just move around. Like, I was just tired of sitting there watching it. Which, for me, if that's happening, I know it's not a very good movie because it's not engaging me like it should be. And I just hate it. Like, for me, it just kept getting worse and worse. And I just hated it. And it super surprised me because I went into it thinking, like, this will probably be fine. I like The Last Jedi. This one will probably be fine, too. And I just did not like it at all. It felt like they definitely were trying to please the fans who hated The Last Jedi.
Right.
And they went back and
just undid
they
everything.
just undid everything that the third movie like set up, or the second movie, excuse me, of the new trilogy. It was just, I just really hated it. That's my general, like, I didn't like it. So
both of you touched on, like, kind of where I sit with that. Like you, I also enjoyed the middle one. I like that characters were not anyone of value. And I was kind of expecting it, but I was expecting it to go in kind of a different direction.
Yeah.
I don't like that this movie has, like, this weird sort of class structure around Force.
Yeah, it's like you can't be a Jedi unless
your parents were Jedi.
Yeah.
What is this, like being a fucking lawyer?
Yeah,
Get
or
outta
being
here.
like a king or queen. It's like, no, like, I feel like
I'm the strongest Jedi because I have the mandate of heaven on my side.
And so, like, I have never read any of the comic books or anything.
Yeah.
I have
I'm
not
deep
watched
in the lore.
I haven't watched any of the supplementary shows or played any video games. I've only watched the movies. But I always thought that being a Jedi was like a religion.
Yeah.
That there are some people who are a little bit more connected to the Force than others.
Yeah.
But if you put your mind to it, you could connect to the Force.
Yes.
But this movie felt like they're saying you can't, like, your parents have to be a Jedi.
Your parents have to be good enough.
You have to be in this good bloodline.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of lineage.
And there are only two of them.
Yeah, and
that sucks.
That seemed weird to me.
Yeah.
That was, like, kind of the first thing that hit me. And then, like, there was some very pretty stuff in it. There was some very interesting stuff in it. Like, I think Adam Driver did a really absolutely phenomenal job.
Yeah.
He's great.
And, like, my prediction when this trilogy set started was that it was going to be more about, like, because the original Star Wars were about Luke playing with potentially going towards the dark side and then not doing that.
Yeah.
And I thought this was going to be a flip of that.
Yeah.
And it was. But then he died at the end, and that like they kept doing things that created stakes and then like pushed forward as though those stakes didn't matter in any way, shape, or form. And him dying is one of them. The Beep Boops getting its reins back was another one. And this is the only fucking time that C-3PO has done anything that is interesting or valuable or useful.
And I thought that was super awesome, and it was very sad when
I got emotional two times in this film. They fucked that up.
Yeah, when C-3PO was like, "I'll do it for the betterment," and then he like looked at.
Let me see my friends one last time. Like they were showing that in the trailers, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna kill C-3PO." And I was
fine.
like,
Everyone hates him, but don't diminish his struggle, the thing, his actions. Like, don't worry.
Don't worry. His best friend has a backup.
Yeah,
of his memory.
He's got his brains back.
And Chewbacca, they were like,
same.
Yeah, that was another thing. First, I was super pissed that they were gonna potentially kill him. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And then when they did the weird switch off, where they're like, oh, he didn't actually die. I'm like, well, how?
See, I didn't even think that because, like, when that thing happened, I was like, no, of course he's not. Like,
I thought they killed him.
They wouldn't.
I do, but
Disney wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No, I think
that's because they didn't. This movie didn't have any balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating to me as a person who's written words to understand that, like, movie scripts are very complicated things that have a lot of hands in it. And that thing probably had like 45 rounds of writers. And there is a seed of a good movie in there. But they focused on all of the wrong things in all of the wrong ways.
Yes.
And they had a lot of problems that are issues that they created for themselves. Like, they could have just not done things.
Yeah.
So you said a seed of a good movie, but for me, I was like, there's a seed of a good trilogy in this movie. Because there was too much in this movie. There was too much going on.
There's a fucking MacGuffin hunt that goes on for 2/3 of the thing.
And I was just
it's like, we got to get this thing because it's a knife.
Yeah. But they could have... This felt like...
Robot, read knife. Robot can't say knife.
Yeah. So I just kind of was just like... that's one of the things that pissed me off the most about the movie as I left it was like I enjoyed the ride.
Yeah.
It felt like a roller coaster. It didn't feel like a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think so one of the big problems with this was it was slapped together really quickly.
Yes.
They set deadlines years in advance, and they had a
with
basic
no
outline.
plan.
Well, no, from what I read,
Star Wars movies
content-wise.
have never had a fucking plan.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful documentary of George Love, like the making of Episode 1, and it's just George Lucas. Like, they've started filming, and he doesn't have a finished script.
Yeah.
Like, the problem, Star Wars is not good.
So that...
The first 3 movies were fucking phenomenal, and they were phenomenal despite George Lucas's best efforts.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it came out in the production design and in the editing and in the actors. I mean,
especially the editing.
Mark Hamill is a very talented person, but he was a child when he shot it.
Yeah.
And didn't, like, him and Harrison Ford are just, like, bumping around on the stage.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, it's a good thing. It's raw. It's interesting. It looks so much better than anything else, any other science fiction that had ever happened. But then everyone forgot that George Lucas needs constraints around him.
Yeah.
And that's how we got Episode 1, 2, and 3. And then they took that away from him, but still, like, listened to some of the crazy shit that he said.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we'll make 3 more.
So apparently George had a big hand in this last movie.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he had a big hand. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense now.
He tried to knead the bread with doo-doo hands or something.
It's funny to say that the creator of, like, a piece of art or a piece of media, it's like when that creator is helping make it, it's terrible.
It's J.K. Rowling.
Yes, he's gotten...
Who's just on Twitter, like, trying to retcon her entire everything.
And the only thing I could think to explain it is that they created something in their lives that it's the best piece of art that they'll ever create. They'll never make anything else that will top it.
I think you're right.
And that is haunting them.
Yeah.
And
Because, like, what do you do
there's
next?
nothing.
Which is really
what do you
strange.
Indiana
do
Jones
next?
6.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe they're fucking making that.
What's that?
Oh,
They're
are they
making
making-
Indiana Jones 6.
Wait.
Or 5.
Maybe
Five.
I don't
five?
know.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, okay.
The next one. The next one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, was there one after?
Are you
Crystal
forgetting
Skull?
about The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones?
I
the
am
television
forgetting about
show?
that
Never.
actually because it came on right after Briscoe County Jr.
That
Briscoe
was
County
That was
That's
actually
really
better.
fucking good,
That was
yeah.
better.
But yeah, back to Rise of Skywalker. The big thing, like there was lots of little things I didn't like about it. The big thing I hated about it was the kiss at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like why?
That bugged the
there
fuck
was
out
nothing
of me.
to me. There was nothing romantic between Rey and
They should have
Kylo
done.
Ren.
They should have done like a Pacific Rim.
But I felt like they were like,
No.
"Hey, we got a boy and a girl. Let's make them kiss."
But
they kissed.
that wasn't the worst part though. The kiss was bad. The kiss was bad. But then he smiles and dies.
Yeah.
And I
that
burst
removes-
out laughing in the theater when that happened. My sister and I were both laughing, like trying to contain our giggles.
And that removes all stakes. Like an interesting next thing
Yeah.
would be Adam Driver like trying to unfuck everything that he fucked.
All the
Yeah.
genocide he did.
yeah. And
Like,
like
he has
coming
to-
to terms with it.
Yeah,
And
well,
being a real fucking human.
So my question is, so since Rey has like the power to like heal people and bring them back, why didn't she like bring him back after he died?
That's because he became a ghost before she could.
yeah. He's like,
How does
gotcha.
that happen?
Gotcha. You can't heal
Just
me. I'm
dab
not a
him out.
body.
So, as
If he
soon
dabbed
as-
on his way out, it would have been the best movie ever
As
made.
soon as he fell backwards, I was like, "Ooh, girls have cooties." It killed him. It's immediately what I thought.
Oh god. Well, real quick, I want to say that I thought
How did you feel about it?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I felt more strongly about how I didn't like Last Jedi, and then kind of warmed up to it once I thought about it after that. This one I was just kind of like, it had some really cool shit, like the warp speed jump.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
I liked that.
That was badass.
That was cool.
That was really cool.
I like the little hacker little hacker guy, the little like goblin. That was cool. I would have watched an entire movie about that guy.
Yeah.
All the Jedi voices at the end. I didn't realize. So
Oh
Freddie-
man, yeah, because I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars television show, and the fact that they had Ashoka as one of the voices in it was really
Yeah.
cool.
I was
I
like,
haven't watched any of that.
it's like, when is Freddie
Yeah,
Prinze
me too.
Jr.
It's really
like
good.
in this like?
Is Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Well, no, he was in the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
yeah.
The guy from Wing Commander?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, he's in Clone Wars, or not Clone
okay.
Wars, but Rebels, I think.
Yeah, one of the two. I
It's
haven't
one of the
seen it.
animated shows. The animated shows are so much better
I've heard
than
that.
the last trilogy. So
Well, my favorite film, Star Wars film that came out of all of this, like this last couple years, is Rogue One.
yeah, Rogue One's fantastic.
Rogue
Yeah,
One
Rogue One is
just
really good.
like
Honestly, I know you're going to disagree with this, but to me, Rogue One and Solo were the best movies that came out of the things. I know you don't much care for Solo.
I didn't like how they constructed the script in Solo to make Han Solo less cool.
Yeah, it was weird, right?
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be the coolest guy in the room.
He did or like I would have been happy
I can see that.
if everything that he has done is actually a lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
or
yeah, when he's
if
just
everything
like-
he's done is actually like really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the balance, but they like towed the middle line between those.
Because it's yeah. Ron Howard doesn't play. He plays super safe.
Ron Howard. Do you want to extend this conversation?
I have one thing that
Go ahead.
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
Let's extend.
really
Let's extend
bugged the
it.
fuck out of me is that they gave basically no screen time to Rose after they built her up,
Yeah.
like in The Last Jedi. Like that was a huge miss.
Well, because they wanted to
Yeah,
purge
so-
all of the.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
the characters that started out really cool, they like did them dirty. Like
Yeah.
Finn, like that was so fucking
They
cool that
fucked
Finn was
Finn
like
over.
he was a stormtrooper, he was
Yeah.
a clone. He deviated away from that. Like,
Yeah.
wow, this is a cool ass character. His entire line in this last movie was Rey. He just
Yeah,
screamed
that's
Rey
true, yeah.
the entire time. And Rey did not give a fuck about him. And I was like,
Jumping off point on that, like, he was enslaved as a child.
yeah.
He knows that other stormtroopers are also enslaved as children. He met people who want to not be stormtroopers,
Yeah.
who have like escaped that life. Why the fuck wasn't this one and the last one him starting like a revolt within the stormtroopers?
I felt like
instead he's just like, hey, your life sucks, you were taken as a child. Brat!
Yeah, I felt like they set him up as a really cool character, and then I will say that even the Last Jedi, I was just like, oh well, we're not worried about him.
They built the story development for him that they never did anything with.
Yeah. Also, what was the thing that he wanted to tell Rey?
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
beginning,
we know because of the internet, but you don't know because you're not on the internet.
I'm not. What's the internet?
So it's another thing that would have fixed one of the issues that I had with the movie, and it would be that he is force sensitive or like can feel the thing.
Oh, is it?
Why is that your one thing that you want to tell someone else?
I don't know.
Like as you're
That's
dying.
a weird thing.
Also, I could have been a Jedi, but I didn't apply myself.
Yeah,
It was a really stupid cop out, man.
Yeah, it was really weird. I do want to say a positive thing about it. I did really enjoy the lightsaber fight when they were in like the Death Star in the middle of like the ocean.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I had really high hopes because like so the opening scroll lost me entirely.
Yeah.
And then it like switches over to Kylo Ren just like beating ass through a forest.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay,
That was weird.
This could be cool. I'm on board for this. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But it was weird that it went to a cut. It's the first Star Wars movie to do that.
Because usually
you
it
start
does
in
a pan.
space and it does a
track.
pan or a track or something
where
to
there's,
go
like-
to where the action is.
Right.
But this time it was a cut and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's kind of jarring.
What was your favorite thing about the movie though? Like, let's end on positive.
Yeah.
We got like 2 minutes left.
Oh, geez. Okay. I wanted to mention
Go
one
ahead,
quick
go ahead.
weird thing. So, in the scroll, it mentions that Palpatine's voice is heard. That is actually happens in a Fortnite event.
I hate that.
Yeah. where his voice is
So
there.
that is what they're referring to?
Yes.
Is the
It's a
Fortnite
Fortnite.
Yeah.
event?
Fuck.
Yes.
We've reached meme critical mass.
Yeah. We did it. We did it, Reddit.
So yeah, you're like,
Floss!
Fucking floss!
Floss with a lightsaber!
I think the action was good. It was, it hit a lot of like fan servicey feels. So
Chewbacca got a medal.
yes, he got his
Oh
medal.
god, that made me so mad.
I laughed
At the end,
so
I
hard.
was like, what the fuck is that, Brian? I was like, I thought for a second that Chewie was gonna take over like Leia's like he was gonna be the commander.
Oh,
or
that
something.
would have been
That's
dope!
that's what I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be. And then I was like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, no, that's from like the
Episode
first
four.
movie where like
Chewbacca didn't
get a
medal.
medal. And I'm like, wow.
I forgot he didn't get the medal. I was like, oh, I recognize that.
I mean, that was always like a fun joke that Chewbacca didn't get the medal, but like they're like, oh, well, we're gonna
By
make
the
all
way,
the fans happy. We're gonna give them that.
while
fucking medal.
all of that's happening, they wanted to get an applause for the top right of the screen where two ladies kiss. Because it was the first gay kiss in Star Wars.
So that was one of the
It was
things.
like, where?
That was one of the
When did this
spoilers
happen?
that I saw. I just knew something about a kiss or a same-sex kiss, but I thought it had something. I thought it was going to have to do something to do with Ray.
Of course.
Like, 'cause I was like,
you thought it
or-
would have
or-
Poe and
Or
Finn.
Poe and
Yeah.
Finn,
Right.
because there was a lot of
That
like,
would've been hot.
fan speculation. But then at the end, when people were hugging and kissing, I was like, okay, I hope that it's not like Finn and Poe
Yeah.
kissing, because that would make sense
Yeah,
right
at
now,
this
and that would
point.
be really forced.
Yeah.
But it
Also-
was literally a background character. I didn't even notice it. I asked Brian afterwards. I was like, where was that same-sex kiss? And he was like, oh, it's the end. It was
Yeah.
these two characters that you don't know.
or care about.
Yeah, I
Also-
saw it. They were
about-
cool. They did it, but
Like,
it's-
fucking Disney's cowards when it comes to LGBTQA+.
Also, there's a weird like film studies paper that you could write about how sex is the worst thing in the Star Wars universe.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because like nobody ever has sex, nobody ever expresses romance. Like love is the enemy.
Love is the enemy. Let's end it on that.
Well, one
She
thing I
died
want
of
to
a
say...
broken heart.
At the, I forgot about that.
Last statement.
At least we have the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We can talk about that in another
I haven't
segment.
seen it yet. I'll need just.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch
You
it.
should watch
I've been going out of my way to avoid getting Disney Plus.
I have it. You want in it?
No.
Okay. Anyways, we'll see you in a minute on the next segment.
Bye.
Bye. Hot takes.
Do you want to watch HEETwave before anyone else? Well, there's an easy way to do that. Just back us up on Patreon at patreon.com/halfemptyetank and be the first to watch the episodes.
Welcome back. We're going to talk about our last segment today. It's my segment, and we all, except for Jairus, just got back from MagFest.
I was at a wedding.
Yes. So, and you can just tell us about the wedding
Tell
like
us
it was at
about the
MagFest. But no, we're going to talk about this past one. It's our first weekend back, and we're exhausted, but we're also very happy.
And we're also getting over being sick.
And
Gross.
we're just going to talk about
Which is
MagFest.
funny because, like, normally I get sick on Sunday after MagFest is over. We got sick before MagFest
And
this
we were
time.
sick the whole time.
And it is
Sick the whole
your
time.
fault that
I'm
other
still sick.
people got sick at MagFest.
It is. We told everyone. We apologized. We're like, okay, well, it's either we come and get everyone sick and help run this marathon,
Right.
or we don't come at all and everything probably
Crashes
would
and
have
burns.
crashed and burned. So that's your choices. And everyone was like, oh, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, totally
yeah.
come and
Just
cough on my
Fine,
mouth.
just cough in my mouth, please.
That being said, for
Sick me up, fam.
as far as work goes,
Sick me up inside.
Gotta sick up.
as far as work goes, this was the least work I've ever done for MagFest.
Yeah.
Really?
Mostly because I slept.
Good.
Because I had to, because I was dying.
Yeah.
But also because we've been establishing our shadows to take over MagFast. So, just a summary for everyone who might not know what the hell this is. For the last 7 years,
Jesus.
7 to 8 years now,
Yeah.
we've been running a charity event at MagFest called the Mega Manathon. The Mega Manathon will now continue outside of MagFest, and MagFest is going to be hosting a new event called MagFast, which is a speedrunning charity event that's just like the one that we've done for years, but now just not Mega Man.
Right.
So they're still
Which
raising
is
money for
fine.
cosplay.
Yeah.
No, that's great. But none of us are speedrunners.
No.
And so we've passed it on to the people that care about that.
Yeah.
And Terrage of Team Battle Network and quite a few other members, we got them started. We helped them with their first year. And
And I mean, honestly, even if we hadn't switched over to MagFast, it's getting to the point where we were kind of like, yeah, maybe we should step down. We've been doing this for like so long, like we can't do this for the rest of our lives, type of thing. So I would love to go to MagFest as an attendee. I've never done it before.
we're going to try it next year.
Yeah, we're gonna try it next year.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Let me know how that works out.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be there for at least one more year, at least.
Oh, are you gonna be there for one more year?
Give them at least a little bit, backbone help. So
Hell yeah.
Why?
because rooms are expensive.
Understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
And getting into the Gaylord is a pain
Yeah,
in
it
the ass.
is a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
That's one of the worst things about MagFest.
I also really like having a fifth floor room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to play the elevator game.
Did you know that Cody got on the second floor?
Yeah, I
this year?
did. I was so mad.
Why? How?
I don't know how.
Did he
Usually
have some D's?
Yeah, he
Maybe.
did. I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe.
His room was nice. I went into it. It's literally the same floor that where the MagFest is on. He didn't ever get on an elevator. It's kind of
Oh.
impressive.
Amazing.
That's nice.
Honestly, though, hot tip, which it's not a very good hot tip. If you use the elevators over, not in the
By
atrium, but by panels,
Yeah.
those elevators work a lot better and are a lot faster. But now that I'm telling you all this, they're going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to go to Chipotle or Potbellies, be sure to do so before other people get hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Same with Nando's. I actually order online for Nando's.
So that happened with us at Nando's. We went on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
And we went 15 minutes before they were closed, and we were like, "Okay, we're pushing it." We
But
knew.
let's try to get in and out. Even if we were like, let's get it to
To
go.
go.
That way we're
Whatever.
not sitting inside.
But they were like, "We don't have any more chicken. Go away."
Like, we're out of chicken. Which I feel like that might have been a lie. And I also don't blame them
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Because MagFest hadn't even started yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah,
We're not
I
ready
get
for
it.
you nerd fucks yet.
Yeah. And they were trying to close because it was New Year's Eve.
We
and I
gave
was like, I
McDonald's
get
a
it.
warning too. Like they were like, "Oh, what's going on?" I was like, "You're about to get
You
fucked."
sound like that was threatening.
It was
You
threatening.
gave McDonald's a warning. If I see you again, McDonald's, I'm
A
kicking your
burger ultimatum.
Here's your ticket.
Mick fucking had it with you.
That's the name of the episode.
Mick
Mick
fucking
fucking had it with you.
I love
had
it.
it with you.
So, I'll get all of the basics that make like a true MagFest experience out of the way. Did anyone pull the fire alarm this year?
No.
Wow.
Not at all. There was not a single fire
amazing.
alarm this year.
There was a parade of EMTs outside, though, and
Okay.
I don't know what happened. And I was like,
Probably someone got
looking
alcohol
like-
poisoning. Or...
Possibly alcohol poisoning, or my favorite year was the year that this guy got so mad that he lost at a Smash tournament that he held his breath and passed out. And they had to
like
bring
3
the
years ago.
EMT in.
He was so angry. He just sat in a spot and he didn't move. And he's and then
Yeah.
apparently passed out from not breathing.
Yeah. He held his
Cocaine's a hell of a
breath.
drug, I guess.
No, the
Breathing-
cocaine death was the year
breathing
before that.
is important.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
cocaine
someone
death.
someone had a heart
Cocaine?
attack. So
So, did anyone else see...
It wasn't one of us.
no.
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 Did anyone else see the shrimp parade?
Yes, I was with you during the shrimp
No.
parade. The shrimp
Yeah.
parade was
I-
perfect.
I saw their post on Facebook saying, "Hey, we're here," and I didn't see them in person this year, though.
So
Wait, you follow the shrimp parade on Facebook?
Well, no.
She's in a
I
special
was in-
shrimp parade Discord.
Ah, I see.
It was
I get
in
invite-
the MagFest 21 Plus group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They had posted in that group saying, "Hey, we're here again, MagFest," and it looked really awesome. But then I never saw them.
We
in
got a
person.
sticker.
Yeah, Hutch showed me the sticker, and it was really cool.
What is the shrimp parade?
It is a bunch of people who dress up, and you know how you can like get those costumes that looks like you're like riding a donkey or whatever. It was that, except they're shrimp.
Yeah, like
Okay.
these big
And-
inflatable shrimp.
Okay.
And the guy in front wears stilts.
So he's really tall and like
A tall shrimp.
He's a tall shrimp. And they hand out little shrimp stickers to everybody.
yeah, and
And
it's
they
just,
just-
a group of people. They just walk around and
That sounds fun.
it is really cool.
was
You
great.
can probably YouTube a shrimp
But, I
parade
mean, but
at
if we're
MagFest.
going to talk about cosplay trends this year, we have to talk about the God debate.
The God debate.
The God debate.
Okay.
So there was 3 shrines. No, excuse me, 2
Oh,
shrines.
shrines.
yeah.
One for Shrek, which got cleaned up and then rebuilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a Danny DeVito one, which
It was
It
massive.
was so big.
Yeah.
So there's when we mean
Sebastian
shrine. Yeah, go ahead.
stole a cigarette out of there
Yeah.
last year.
And
Amazing.
people were putting dollar bills and whatnot,
Yeah.
and Mag Charity actually collected all the money.
Oh, that's good.
They raised like $200.
it's $288.
just from like little loose change
awesome.
and like dollars from
Yeah.
the
But
shrines.
there was a new god this year, and it was from our buddies, the Cosplay Brothers, and it was Emotep from The Mummy Returns.
Well, from the Mummy.
Well, yeah, but
And
they,
the Mummy
they
Returns.
specifically were
And
the-
Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Oh, they specifically said from the Mummy Returns.
Yes, because he was like,
Okay.
"That's the best one." Is what they were saying.
Debatable.
Debatable.
I
But-
enjoyed that one, but
So there was about 20 people in black cloaks wandering the halls all together, carrying a giant sign of
it was like
printed
a-
out picture
like
of
a picket
Emotep.
sign
Yeah,
of Emotep.
and
It's
they're
not
just
Billy Zane. Who was that?
it's not a famous person.
Yeah, it's not a famous person.
But and he was just
Kind of looks like Billy Zane, though.
yeah, kind
a
of.
little bit. It's just the eyeliner.
It's the yeah. You
It's the brow action.
we'll watch the Phantom later
Billy Zane has such thick lower lashes that it looks like he's wearing eyeliner.
at all times.
I've known people like that in my life who just have really
You know
thick...
Billy Zane.
Yeah, I know Billy
We
Zane.
actually saw Billy
It's no
Zane
big
in
deal.
one of his most miserable moments at GalaxyCon. Oh no! We were
Was he
there.
at Galaxy?
Oh, I know what the fuck you're talking about.
We were at GalaxyCon, and this woman was just talking to him at his booth while he was like doing signatures and whatnot. And all weekend, I never saw that woman not at his booth. Like the entire weekend, like, and he just looked, by the end of the weekend, he looked so fucking miserable.
Like she had just been there bothering him the
Yeah, the
entire
entire
time.
Yeah, yeah. So he was
terrible.
so miserable. It was
hate that.
hilarious.
Jeez.
But no, they went around going Emotep, Emotep, and then they go to the Danny DeVito shrine and go, false god, false god, false god, and it was just one of the best moments. And then if you ever went into the Cosplay Brothers suite, if you went in there, they would all get down on their knee and go speech, speech, speech. if you walked into the thing, and you have to give a speech. So that was great. Brittany gave a speech. I gave a speech.
Yeah, that's like a fun little thing they like to do where I was too high to like stand, and I was like, okay, I need to like go lay down. And as I was trying to pass through the door, one of the brothers was like, hey, so glad you could come, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get going. And then he like gets down on his knee and he's like, speech. And then I turned around and everyone else in the room just like sat down.
It's so
and I was
weird.
like standing up and I was like, oh god, here I go. And I just like spit out like a speech. And
So Pat, one of the cosplay brothers, had the best speech. He chugged a beer.
I had a pretty good speech too. Everyone clapped and cheered when I was done. So
You were just like, this is a place where I am.
I just thanked everyone for coming to my party.
How long do you think before they start and successfully run/manage a cult?
Oh,
It's already started.
They've got like 50 followers
It's already
right now.
started.
That's basically
Yeah.
what the MagFest 21 Plus group is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, everyone comes to their suite. You have to have a password to get in. Before you can like enter the room totally, you have to like say a little prayer to like whichever god they're worshiping this year. This year was Imhotep, so you had to like get down on your knee and say a little prayer. And then you just gotta drink till you're silly.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Those guys know exactly how to party.
So
Did you get kicked out of an RV this year?
No, I did not.
Okay,
I
good.
didn't see any RVs out there this year. What a shame. I got in before the shenanigans got in. So when I walked in, they were drinking to anime openings on a playlist. and then there was one song that came up that wasn't an anime opening, and then they're basically just saying water, water. So they're forcing everyone in the room to drink water because they're like, we care about you guys.
That's the best thing about being an older drunk is that we're like, oh shit, I don't want to feel miserable tomorrow.
We should hydrate.
Let
we
me
should hydrate.
layer some hydration in with
I
all this booze.
I love
yeah.
the
Somebody
responsibility.
shows up with the handle of Pedialyte.
Yeah.
I love that. It's amazing. No, this year, unfortunately, I was sick, and my sickest day was Saturday, so I didn't do a lot of partying this year at MAG. Next year, though, I'm gonna party.
Next year's. Yeah.
So in the past years, I have gotten pretty tipsy. I went up to the club. I ate a candle,
Got turned.
I guess.
You ate a candle?
She ate a candle one year. Yeah, that was fun.
And then I got kicked out of an RV. Apparently, I was too drunk for an RV party in the parking lot of MAG. They kicked me out.
Brittany doesn't get weird that often, but when she does, it is with the intent to make up for all of the time she hasn't gotten weird.
Exactly.
Remember that time you stole a brick from the city of
The
Raleigh?
best.
No.
You don't,
I
but
do.
we all do.
Yeah, that was great.
Was that the same night I ordered $40 worth of Taco Bell?
Yes, it was.
You drove me through the drive-thru, and I was in the back seat of the car.
You ordered
I
for
remember that.
everyone.
Yeah, I was like, I know what you guys
That
want.
was that was wonderful.
Don't worry.
That was a good night.
So this was the first year I actually went up to pose during the event.
I still haven't been
Our
opposed.
friend,
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I still go up there.
I thought it was okay, but I mean, no one was
Did you
there.
try and get a drink?
Yes, but also
Okay.
okay. This was early, it was at 7, so
Okay.
Jewel Maiden was DJing.
That's the only
okay.
person I wanted to see up there
Yeah.
was Jewel.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right,
I missed
so
her set.
I don't ever go up there to get drinks.
Yeah.
I'm already fucked up by the time I'm up there. So
I was, and
yeah.
I wanted to have something in my hand. Yeah,
It's fine. I remember going up there last time, and Alex drugged me to the men's bathroom and was like, let's smoke some weed in here. And I was like, no.
like,
This is a
you have an
bad
actual
idea.
balcony. Do it out there. If
Yeah.
you want to do it.
No.
Well, that's where she got propositioned for heroin.
Yeah, we went out to the balcony, and some guy was like, "You want to do some heroin?" And I was like, "It's time to go, boys." And so
go.
I dragged the entire group. I was like, "No, we're leaving. We're not fucking doing heroin."
Speaking of that men's restroom,
Speaking of heroin,
I will. It's the nicest view while taking a piss I've ever seen.
Yes,
it's
it's really strange.
really strange. Yeah.
I would love. I've seen the people's faces, and I'm like, oh, okay. It looks like it's a good view.
See the people's faces.
You can see people's faces while they're pissing up
Oh,
a
yeah.
pose.
Just their faces.
slower.
Yeah, it's just mirrors all in front of the stalls and to your.
Did they have their? Did you know they were peeing because they had their pee face on?
Yeah.
What's a pee face look like? Oh wow, you all did it immediately. So I guess there is a pee face.
Maybe just like a furrowed brow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good like getting to know you question. What's
Yeah.
your pee face?
What's your
What's your
face?
pee face? But my favorite thing that happened at MagFest this year, though, was we did attempt to do another Guinness World Record this year, and we failed by 8 people. It was really strange. But we had a really great time doing it. There was a bunch of amazing cosplays.
Really amazing.
And
you had the Wario zone.
Yeah.
Or the Waluigi
The Waluigi zone
was great.
Yeah,
there was like 19 Waluigis all going wah together. It was amazing.
My favorite cosplay, though, there were so many really great ones. My favorite one was the people who were dressed completely in camouflage.
Yes.
And then they had the Korok leaf mask on. They were like little Korok
That's real good.
people from Zelda.
And then there was for me, Jungle Boy actually had one of the amazing ones. He was the guy Punch. He was Little Mac from Punch Out. So that was really
What
good.
were you about to say? He was Punchy Boy.
Yeah, I said Punch Boy.
He was John Punchman.
John Punchman III.
Did you see his Ryu Hayabusa?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do 5 more minutes on this?
If y'all want.
Oh, yeah, we can do 5 more
let's do
minutes.
5 more.
All right.
Beep.
Did you guys see any concerts? I know. Yeah.
I heard
I didn't see a single concert.
I saw Power Glove and Protoman at the very end. That was
Yeah.
basically all.
Okay,
music I
so
saw.
no, wait. I saw all the concerts on our stage.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Mag Fast stage, and one band was amazing. It was Lame Genie.
Yes.
And that's because it was an amazing performance down the line. But at one point, they got the lead singer from Master Sword to come up, and they performed fucking City Escape.
Oh my god, Bryan lost his mind when
Was there
that
just
happened.
semen everywhere?
Yeah. Just immediately all over me.
I was like,
He didn't have a voice. He couldn't sing, but he
I
was screaming.
horse singing.
Just like,
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it was that. It was great.
Whoever booked them, I want to hug because.
Oh, you're welcome. I booked everybody that night.
This guy.
I heard that the Proto Boys did a really good.
Yeah.
I wish I'd seen it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see them. I wanted to see the Flabbercasters, and I also wanted to see Samus, and I missed all 3.
She came again this year?
Yes.
Good.
And she was on our stage and not rapping.
Oh.
She was on stage being a hype man for Mega Ran for one song.
Oh, nice.
And that woman is one of the best people in the world.
Yeah.
And I got to
Fucking
have
brilliant.
I got to have a one-on-one with her for like a half hour. That was one of the highlights of the event for me. She's so great.
Just the best.
We talked about her wedding, and she told me to just elope, and it was great.
Everyone who gets married tells us to do that.
Yeah.
Everyone who has a wedding is like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Or just recognize that it's for
I'm just going to have a party.
other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't care about all those other people like that, so
I
we're
think
just
we'll
going
be
to
able
party.
to do it though because we've organized Mega
If
Marathon
we can do Mega Marathon, we can do
for
a wedding.
7 or 8 years. I think we could do a wedding. I don't know very many people, so
Brian will try and live stream it.
it'll
though.
just be us.
I'm
It'll just be
actually
the
not
4 of
allowed
us.
to. I've already been told not to do that.
Yeah, because some creeper on the stream was like,
I want to see you guys I was like, no.
and I'm like, no,
No,
please, no,
please stop. I
Please,
hate
my
you.
wife, she's pregnant.
You guys get any good merch?
Yes.
Yes, we got lots of amazing art.
Well, for us, it was also really strange because every other mag, either Brittany and I have not had enough money or we were unemployed.
Yeah.
So this year we're both gainfully employed and
Yeah.
we had spare money to spend on stuff.
Yeah, I had some Christmas money that I was like, I'm ready to blow this Christmas money.
And we barely spent any of it though.
yeah, I barely spent any of it. So.
We found like some art that we liked, and on top of that, we had a couple artists that we're friends with, and they're like, "Here's some free stickers," and I was just like, "Oh, thank you." It was Nina.
Yeah.
Let me give you money.
Teeny.
Yeah, like, let me give you money.
I was like, "Please let me give you money," but I'm also a Patreon supporter of her, so.
So my favorite. So Saturday night was my drunk night, and I was hanging around the dealer room with you guys.
Yeah, that's right. That was a good time.
So my favorite moment was like I was trying to find like some Rosalina like prints or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we come across this one and then spot a Rosalina keychain.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, this print's really good. This one's there. I was like, Brian, there's a Rosalina keychain. That's amazing. I totally want it. And then Brian's like, oh, well, if you want it, you can just get it.
Yeah, she's
And
right here.
I'm like, what? And she's like, she's right here. And then sure enough, she's right there, 3 a.m. Like,
Yeah, we were there
man in the
super
mood.
late. Most booths were closed, and we were just like browsing what we could see. And yeah, it was just like,
and he bought it. He bought it right there.
Super lucky that she was open in there.
And this is after looking at hentai for like a half hour.
Oh, good. Yeah, there was one booth that had hentai on like the tallest like.
But it was
shelf.
super vanilla and super expensive.
It was so boring.
Yeah.
It was like two girls in high school.
It was
Who
just
gives
like
a shit?
Yeah, who
two
cares?
people that aren't related to each other having sex without tentacles.
I want
Who
to
even
see
wants
like
that?
a fucking dragon with tits like fuck like a sentient mailbox with like corncob fingers or something. Like that's what I want to see. I don't want to see like two schoolgirls.
Give us that fan art.
But yeah,
I wanna
there's
see some weird
I
shit.
want some weird
Yeah.
shit. It was a good time. It was a good MagFest.
Give me the weird shit.
The gotcha machines.
The gotcha machine was cool. The Splatoon stuff was really cool.
Yeah, I love your Splatoon poster that you found.
That was cool.
That's awesome.
Just found.
I just found it in a dumpster.
The one booth.
Well,
that
we
was-
were looking through posters.
Somebody threw out a perfectly good Splatoon poster.
Well, that's mine now. Finders keepers. It was like one or two vendors that was actually selling video games. So they had posters. I was like, yes. So I got it.
Yes.
And with that was a MagFest.
That
We
was
had
a
a good
MagFest.
time. Jairus wasn't there.
I went to a wedding that was Harry Potter themed in Boulder, Colorado.
That sounds rad.
Honestly, we need to talk about that. But
We all got wands.
Amazing.
I just came.
I heard that.
All right, well, guys, thank you for watching us on this episode, the third episode of HEETwave. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Hasta luego.
I'm really surprised you didn't go sports this time.
Sports. That's sports ASMR. Just syllabant S's.
Bye.